Bill.
When I was a boy, I learned that success was about getting noticed, about, you know, getting attention. And obviously I haven't learned a great deal since then because I'm standing behind this microphone appearing before all of you. I learned to covet the great and powerful. So as a teenager, I decided I wanted to live an incredible life. So I decided I'd be an astronaut. And that worked okay until Vietnam came along and the nation and our leaders decided to switch from exploring space to making war. And suddenly I didn't want to be a pilot anymore. So I decided that instead I'd be a world traveler after I got out of the Air Force. The Air Force fortunately used my training as an aerospace engineer to put me on an unmanned spy satellite team. Now, in those days I was in love with Bonnie, and I said, Bonnie, I've changed my dream. I am going to be a world traveler instead of an astronaut after I get out of the Air Force. And that's what I'm saving all my money for. And she said, I can help. So we married, and she joined me in California. And we saved $10,000 as the spy and the waitress. We set that $10,000 aside, and we took off after I got out of the Air Force. Now, we were on the road for 2.5 years. We went through 35 cultures, and the most transformative was Bali. Bali, the circular island. It was beautiful. We were taking a bus all the way up Mount Batur on a spiral road. The ocean was crashing against the black lava beaches below, and all the flooded rice paddies were reflecting the sky. It was blue with white clouds, and we arrived at the top, and there was a rickety old inn on the rim of an ancient and extinct volcano that was about 25 miles in circumference. Now, in the middle of this volcano, actually biased toward our side, was a live spout. It was spouting magma and lava, kind of hurling it like loogies about 140 feet. And we could feel the earth rumble beneath us. I was feeling especially alive because the whole place could go at any point. I thought, do these people get any warning on this thing? But instead, we decided to take a hike toward it. We got up to the back of it and saw the lava just being thrown out. Later on, that afternoon, we went to the village and saw them setting up the wayang. Now, this is the reason why we were in Bali, was to witness the shadow puppet theater. There in the center of the village, they rigged up a sheet, and in back of the sheet was a light. You could sit on the side of illusion and watch the shadow puppets dance across the screen. Or you could sit on the side of engineering and watch the Dalang, who is the storyteller, direct the gamelan band and carry on with the story out of the Ramayana. This is a 4,000-year-old story about the king of... I better clip along here. The king has... His name is Rama, and his princess is Sita. And Sita, they're in exile, and they're out in the forest. And there's this gentle white deer. And Sita comes up to pet the deer, and Ravana, the demon king, appears. He's a shapeshifter, and he grabs Sita and flies across the ocean to his island of Ceylon. Well, Rama's going to have to rely on his buddies, all of whom have unique skills, to get Sita back. After the play, I watched the Dalang walk with stature and respect through the people there, and he was regarded very highly, and I said, I want to be an American DeLange. I want that respect. I want that stature. So when I got back, we started up a mime troupe, my brother and another person, and he got tired of doing it after 10 years, and we had to admit we weren't closer to fame than when we started. So we decided to switch to seeking service. And when our friend left, we brought David's old sound table out onto the stage, and it was 100 performances before I realized that we were copying the Wayang, that side of illusion and side of engineering. We folded it out on the stage. And 39 years later, I realized that I'm also dealing with the form and the content of Wayang, because Ravana, the shapeshifter, stands before me, and he tempts me with trying to get attention. He tries to take my mind off of actually seeing the world rather than striving to have the world see me.